check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you read me? Am I loud? Am I clear? Ladies and gentlemen, in just 9 minutes and 30 seconds, we're going to be covering the breaking news, gold and silver, what's going on in the world. Who's with me? Thank you so much, Charles Vance, for the super chat saying, you called it. Bankster's doing the big smash this morning. I'm unshaken. Thank you, Charles Vance. Who's unshaken right now? Guys, look at the thumbnail. I said, are they going to nuke silver? That was last night I put that up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live here in the next 8 minutes and 45 seconds to cover the breaking news. Gold and silver market open. We're going to expose the bankers' plans live. I just put out the tweet for this live stream, so if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, please go retweet that. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live here in just 8 minutes, breaking down the market open live, covering the news live, fighting the bankers figuratively live, and Charles Vance just gifted 10 memberships on YouTube. Whoa, thank you so much, Charles. Congratulations, Mista, Big MT, Balance Life, AH Gameplay, Gavin Lies, New Bitcoin Nerd, Beast Mode, SD43, J85, and Snow Dragon. Congratulations, you just got free custom International Stacker memberships. There we go, from Charles. Say thank you to Charles and check out your custom channel member emojis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live here in just 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Who's ready? Who is unshaken? Ladies and gentlemen, in 1980 and 2011, we were in silver production surpluses. We've been in a silver production deficit for more than 6 years. It's projected to last into the 2030s. The situation's going to get worse, not better. The fundamentals haven't changed. We're going to be live here in just 6 minutes and 45 seconds covering the breaking gold and silver news overnight. We're going to watch the markets open together. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome, Crustacean Nation. Who's ready? Who is unshaken? Who's with me? I got your back, Lee Cummings. I got your back. Once you get it, Lee, email me. Here we go. 6 minutes and 5 seconds till we're live here. Good morning to everybody in the West. Good evening to everybody in the East. I'm sipping on Mrs. International Stacker coffee. Where are you at in the world and what are you sipping on? Let me know right now. We're going to be live here in just 5 minutes and 44 seconds. We got Ontario, Canada in the house. We got Houston, Texas in the house. Texas sipping water with Ralph Ramsey. We've got sipping on mocha tea in Maryland for future motive. Wow, and Chasing That Milk's going for a 4-day trip for gold. I hope you find a ton. Oh, and gonna grab the pay dirt. It's awesome. Thank you, Chasing That MILF. We got Cafe Olay and Nola USA for Shotgun Susie. She won a giveaway last night on Tiger Stacker stream. That was cool. We got Northeast Georgia in the house. We got North Carolina in the house. Scotts Bluff, Nebraska in the house. We got Orlando. We got New York. There's 2 Walmarts in D.C. Whoa. We got St. Louis in the house. We got Mobile, Alabama in the house. We got Norway. We got Brisbane in the house. Australia. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live here in just 4 minutes and 24 seconds covering the breaking gold and silver news. We're going to watch the markets open together. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. We'll be live in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. We got Norway in the house. We got Metro Detroit. We got Germany in the house. We got Cairo in the house. Cyprus. Wow.
Maps and clues, giveaways tonight. Silver dream shining bright.
We got Michigan in the house. Indiana. DC with coconut water for Dr. Sophia. We got Austin, Texas in the house. SoCal in the house. Wow, we got Chesapeake Bay in the house. Oxfordshire in the house. South Africa in the house with Geopolitical. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Join the quest. Yes. Who's ready? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live in just 3 minutes here covering the breaking golden market open, helping you read the tea leaves, covering the news. Yes. Let's go. Who's ready? We got Nova Scotia in the house. Australia's joined the chat. We got Alcatraz. Whoa. South Padre Island, Texas in the house. Oregon's in the house. Vegas. Owen saying, if I could get kangaroos, Britannias, and maples at the same price, which one would you get? Probably Britannias or maples. Most likely the Britannias where you're at in the world. But if you get 2026 Britannias, make sure to ping them. Did you guys hear about the drama with the Britannias? I'll cover it here in a little bit. Who heard about the Britannias kerfuffle going on? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live in 2 minutes and 5 seconds covering the breaking news, the market open here. Smash the like button if you're ready. We're only 4 away from 100. Here we go. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minute warning here. Here we go. Get your claws up. Yes. Let's get it. Who's ready for the Mega Gaw? Who's ready for the Mega Gaw? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get a crab dance going right now. If you're excited for this stream, if you're ready, drop a crab in chat right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live in 1 minute and 18 seconds here. Here we go. 1 minute warning, 1 minute warning. Yes. Are you part of the Shell Brigade? Who's part of the Shell Brigade? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Do you guys want the old school or little kid intro? Old school or little kid? Let me know quick. Old school or little kid intro? What do you guys want? Here we go. Yes. Let's get it. I'm seeing old school. I'm seeing old school. I'm seeing both. Whoa. Maybe we should do both. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Buckle up. Today's going to be a wild one, folks. Buckle up. Dance with me. One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
on a journey
to find
silver.
International Stacker.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The name's International Stacker, coming to you live from Key West, Florida, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart. And you guys, you're simply not going to believe it. We are at 67,846 subscribers. That means only, what is that, 54 more until the next big show. So make sure you subscribe. 2,000 videos around the world on gold and silver adventures. And guys, I just released this one yesterday. It's a heater. Silver to explode in 2026. The secret catalyst bankers are hiding. So go to my channel, click videos and latest. Make sure to watch that one. And if you or a friend is depressed about the gold and silver action, watch this. Silver and gold just crashed. Should I sell my silver now? I put all kinds of information in this video, all kinds of historical context. That's going to help you feel better. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, boy, have we been raging all night. Silver got as high as 72.22. It got as low as 66.92. Is that when Columbus sailed the ocean blue? No, I'm kidding. We are on a green candle at 67.45 right now on silver pre-market, and the market opens in 3 minutes. Silver futures sitting right at 68.04. So let's bring this puppy down here. So we are in contango. We are not close to backwardation right now. We are in contango. That's normal market operations. Gold here. Look at this on a red candle sitting at 4,425. We got as high last night as 4,545. We got as low as 4,424. And again, we are sitting at 4,426. The gold to silver ratio is getting a little Poppy McPopperson there. Look at that, up to 65.69 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold. And right here, the Shanghai Futures Exchange got as high last night as 81.09, as low as 77.66. It closed at 78.71. So 78.71, and we're at 67. So we're at about a 10 or 11-ish dollar premium from the west to the east. Listen closely. Can you hear that draining sound? That's physical silver leaving the west, going to the east for a little something we call arbitrage. And this market's it's open, but the day trading session is going to start in 2 minutes here. We're going to start to see the volume pick up as trading starts out of New York, out of Chicago, across the United States. Then after that, so that's going to be happening at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a minute and something away. Then from 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to watch the danger zone together here. Like this. Remember, today is options expiry day. So this is a traditional day. The bankers were slammed. Keep that in your mind. And that's going to happen at 2:30. No, 2:30, I think. Or is it 1:30? Wait, is it 1:30? I think it's 1:30. So around 1:30, those expiry options are going to expire. So if my thesis is right, and this is a slam down that kind of is normal for this, the bankers want to manage their exposure, then we should start to see that moving. Ladies and gentlemen, 10-second warning. Here we go. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the day trading session is now open on the Comex. Out of Chicago, out of New York, and we're going to see the volume start to pick up here. We're immediately on a red candle at 67.26 silver, green candle, gold, 4,424. So we're going to continue to watch this. We are going to come back to this chart from 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's called the danger zone. I will be answering your questions at that time. And we're going to jump in real quick and cover some breaking gold and silver news. But guys, this is my full-time job. I appreciate your support so much. And this morning in the countdown, Charles Vance did a super chat saying, you called it. The banksters are doing the big smash this morning, but Charles Vance is unshaken. The question is, are you guys unshaken? And Charles Vance also donated 10 memberships. I really appreciate it so much. Anytime you guys super chat, donate a membership, become a member, it helps me do what I do. I really appreciate it. But you can support the channel without spending a dime. Simply smash the like button, drop a crab in the stream. We're going to jump into the news here right about now. So I retweeted this out because this is major breaking news, and probably a lot of you watching right now don't know about this. Major breaking, massive Royal Mint scandal. Non-silver fake coins sold as Silver Britannias. The Royal Mint just admitted they shipped out a batch of 2026 Silver Britannia bullion coins that were not silver. And here they are here. This is it on an XRF gun, and you can see their Cu, which is copper, 75.2%. Ni, which is nickel, 24.6%. So copper, nickel. And here's what the coin looks like. And look, it's stamped 999 fine silver. It looks just like a silver Britannia. Surprise, it's not. So their official statement, we are aware of an error impacting a small number of 2026 silver Britannia bullion coins from a recent production run, which were sent to a trade customer. They say they've identified the cause. They are in direct contact with the affected customer, which is Shards, UK. They're huge in the UK. They buy monster boxes straight from the mint, sealed, and that's how they got these. And they're reviewing their entire process. This is a huge breach of trust in one of the most respected government mints in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, check your 2026 Britannias. Yeah, if not a lot of these were minted, I know there's at least 200. If it ends up being tens of thousands, I don't think it's going to be worth much. But if it's 200 or less, these are going to be worth more as a error coin. But to me, the error is unacceptable. To have something stamped fine silver, or maybe, what if they were gold, you know? To have something stamped, and like, to me, it's unacceptable. But mistakes do happen. I'm going to ask you guys, do you think this is a mistake? Put mistake in chat. Do you think it's a scam in chat? Now, I am leaning more towards the mistake. I think just the metal they use for some other coins, you know, these entities, they mint coins for general circulation. They mint collector sets. So I'm thinking that they got the wrong metal stock. Now, was that a mistake? If it was a scam, I don't think it was a systemic scam. Like, I don't think the U.S. Mint or the British Mint as a whole would scam. I could see maybe one or two people, though. Maybe there's one or two people who are like, yo, Sam, we could switch this out. No one will ever know. And we could walk off with all these silver planchets at silver's at near all-time highs, you know? So it could be something like that. But I don't know. Time will tell. They're doing their investigation. Again, I don't think it's a systemic, like the whole mint, but it could be onesies or twosies. I don't know. We'll find out. But here it is here. Did you guys not, if you didn't know about this before this stream, put I did not know in chat. I wonder. I want to see how many of you knew. My tweet on this went totally viral, guys. Look at that. 216,000. Oh, and Backyard Bullion's in the chat. He's saying it's crazy to think how this ever happened. Yeah. I agree with you, Backyard. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Backyard Bullion. Guys, Backyard Bullion's a Brit. He's in England. He doesn't say aluminum. He says aluminium. And he's going to be on the channel live Monday morning. We're going to have a nice banter while the market opens. So prepare for that. Here's the next piece of news here. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Silver vaults at 14-month lows. No problem. No problem. The amount of comments I get about the vaults draining of physical silver not being a big deal, to me is absolutely shocking. All kinds of, why are you talking about that? Nothing ever happens. It's not a big deal. It is until it is. Oh, and Backyard Bullion says, I want to hear only a British accent on Monday. I'll try my British accent on Monday, but today I'm going to talk like International Stacker, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart in Key West. Comex Silver inventories hit a 14-month low on Tuesday at 328 million. Now, here's the critical thing. This 252 million, this is eligible vault storage. You cannot just shift that to registered. This is owned. Oh, do Cockney. I want to go do a Cockney British. That's my best. I'm not saying it's good, but I tried. Eligible, this 252 million, they cannot just give that to people. They can't just deliver that. This is people's self-directed IRAs. This is silver ETFs. This stuff all has names on it. Now, can the Comex approach these entities and say, we'll give you a 15% premium if you give us your silver? Yeah, they can try, but it's not guaranteed. The registered is down to 76 million, guys, and that is the silver that's slated for delivery. So here's the chart. That's from Hugo. It's the Royal Mint of England, kid, says Martin. It's the Royal Mint of England. Is it? I don't think so. Royal Mint. Is it? Hold up. I know how to solve this. It is the Royal Mint. So the Royal Mint of England. I stand corrected, guys. Uh-oh. Should I check this, guys? Do you think, is this silver? Is this silver or is it copper? What do you guys think? Okay. It's the Royal Mint, stupid. I don't know. Oh my gosh. We are degenerating in chat this morning. Here's the next piece of news here. Beware, today is Comex silver options expiry day. Guys, this is a danger zone. Northampton Wets is saying it's just the Royal Mint. I don't know. It's the mint over there that makes the shiny coins that are supposed to be silver, but they're not. How's that better? No, I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm trolling this morning. I'm trolling. So this is a big deal this morning. Today is Comex silver options expiry day. Is the slam coming? Guys, I covered this yesterday. Look at the thumbnail. I asked if the nuke was incoming today. Today, March 26th, Silver X Options Expiration Day. Again, it's around 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe it's going to happen. I'll have to double check that, but I believe that. On these days, big players and dealers aggressively manage their exposure, which often leads to extra volatility and downward pressure as they try to pin or suppress the price of silver at close. I warned against this yesterday on my live stream as silver and gold were shooting higher. We've seen the pattern multiple times already this year. The last expiry, guys, we closed somewhere around $68 to $69. And what are we at right now? $67.51. So are we going to finish in that trough here? $68.50. Let's change this. Let's change it to green. $68.50 to $69. So the question is, are the options going to expire somewhere in that range today? That would be nearly the same as last time. So that's going to be interesting to see there. Okay. Meanwhile, the physical market continues to tighten. The Comex vaults are bleeding and strong Asian demand. Paper can try to play games today, but the real metal is getting harder to find. And look at this. This is the calendar for everyone that's saying it's not. Tomorrow is the futures options. Today is the option, or tomorrow is the futures expiry. Today is the options. So here, silver, Comex calendar, silver option today, the 26th. Okay. Yeah, it's a good day to back the truck up. But how long it's going to stay down, I don't know. If you guys remember last time, it stayed suppressed once through options expiry, and then it kind of bounced later in the day. So we could see something where silver keeps getting slammed till 130-ish. And then after that, we could see a push higher. So we're going to keep watching for that. Yeah, I've got the CME inventory report coming here shortly. Yeah, just Royal Mint or our kid was talking like I'm like a man from Manchester. Oh man, we've got the Brits fighting in chat. We've got Manchester folks against London folks, and I don't know what's going on. I'll pick up the pieces. Okay, I'm jumping in the middle of it.
Run.
Dudley! Smith! A fallen hard with one arm! Oh my God! Oh no, he's not! Major!
Okay, back to the news here. The longer the Strait of Hormuz remains closed, and the more things that will break. Some of them, ladies and gentlemen, may be shocking. This is in response to First Squawk saying, Japanese. Okay, let's take a poll in chat, because I know we got people from all over the world. Put 1 in chat if it's aluminum. Put 2 in chat if it's aluminium. Let me know right now. Japanese aluminium premiums for shipments from April to June set at $350 to $353 per ton. That's 79 to 81% compared to this quarter. 80% increase, ladies and gentlemen. Things are going to keep breaking the longer the Strait of Hormuz shuts down. And I know I've said this a lot. I'll make this super quick. Here's the Strait of Hormuz. It's about 20 miles. We're definitely seeing a lot more activity going through now. 20 to 21 miles, 20 to 25% of the world's oil passes a day, 25 to 30% of the liquid natural gas, aluminum, fertilizer, a bunch of critical items pass through there. So the longer it's closed, the more things that are going to break, and it might be quite shocking as it unfolds here. Energy crisis is spreading fast across Asia Pacific. Again, this is another thing that's because of that. So let's look at this. The Strait of Hormuz, Rob saying it's produced aluminum. The Strait of Hormuz shutdown is hitting Asia hardest. They receive over 85% of the crude and condensate that normally flows through it condensates like a different type of a lighter oil, a more finer oil. Governments are now activating emergency plans. South Korea standing up a crisis task force. Philippines declares national emergency. Japan scrambling to review its fuel supply chain. Bangladesh. I saw videos this morning of fights at gas stations, people fighting over fuel. On the ground, it's already painful. Shortened work weeks, street lights turned off, gas stations closing, and drivers waiting hours for fuel. Okay, I saw reports of Australia shutting down hundreds of gas stations. For my folks in Australia, is this true? If you're in Australia, are you guys seeing gas stations shut down? It didn't say across all of Australia, it said part, but are you seeing shortness in gas and fuel in Australia? Reportedly, hundreds of stations are shutting down, or not shutting down, they're running dry, excuse me. When energy supply chains break, inflation spikes, and economies feel the pain. This is exactly why physical gold and silver remain the ultimate shield. They have protected wealth through every major crisis and supply shock in history, even the Roman Empire collapse. So guys, those at the end of the Roman Empire collapse that had gold and silver got to see their way through. Okay, so we're not seeing it in Brisbane. We're not seeing it in Australia or in Melbourne. I feel like it was in Victoria. I read about it. I can't remember. I read so much in the mornings. It's crazy. Meanwhile, central banks around the world, especially China, India, and many in Asia, continue stacking gold at record paces. So this was in response to the global markets investor. He has a whole breakdown. You can read it. But look at this. Asia receives most of its oil shipped via the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. doesn't. The U.S. is like 3%. Yeah, and Europe's about 7%. So it will still impact the U.S. and Europe, but not to the level of Asian countries. Look at this. Okay. Putin signs the new decree restricting gold bullion exports. This is the second such move. So when I saw this come out yesterday, I thought this was honestly just recycled news. I thought it was recycled news that happens a lot online. Something will come out a month ago and then it comes out again. Everyone thinks it's new, but this was new. So President Putin has just signed an executive order banning the export of refined gold bars over 100 grams effective May 1st. This is the second major restriction Russia has announced in recent months. The first plan was revealed in December 2025 to curb capital flight and the shadow economy. With Russia being one of the world's top producers of gold, further limits on physical gold outflows, adding more pressure to already tight global supply. Crustacean Nation, I asked you some questions here. You can check this out. Make sure you're following me on X, previously known as Twitter, Intl-Stacker, if you want to stay up on that. And ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We are 30 seconds from the danger zone. I'm issuing an alert. And I'll go back to the news here in a little bit, and I'll cover the inventories. I've got all that. I got a bunch more breaking news for you. But in the next 10 seconds, we're entering the danger zone from 8:15 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's traditionally when the bankers attack in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've had 3 green candles in a row. We've got an immediate red candle at 67.88. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something we do on this channel, the baby gator.
Okay, I'm going to try to do the baby gator noise. Here we go. How do you do the baby gator noise? Yeah. I don't know. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? It was a giant lizard just jumped. That thing was massive. I thought I actually summoned an alligator for a second there.
Now, some scientists say that 90% of the time, every time when you do the baby gator call, it could turn a red candle green, which it did.
It's science.
It's science, or a green candle to a BGC. And ladies and gentlemen, the first candle of the official danger zone, we're sitting at $67.96, pushing higher towards that 68 mark. And here we go on gold as well, pushing higher, 4,443.77 on a green candle. Ladies and gentlemen, can silver hold on in the danger zone? That's the question. I've got a few more pieces of news I want to cover for you guys. And then I'm going to go to questions and chat. So get your questions ready. Don't put them in yet. I'm not going to see them while I'm reading the news, but I'll cover your questions here shortly. Hey, who was on Tiger Stacker's stream last night? That was fun. I went on Tiger Stacker's live stream. He gave away some silver. Some of you guys won. That's awesome. Okay, and I just saw something. T-Cakes is saying, just spoke to Bennett Shards. They caught all the Britannias. They appeared different. The weight was wrong. but none went out to customers. So that's good news from T-Cakes there. It appears that so far Shards has caught the fake or the non-silver or the error, whatever you want to call them, coins from the Royal British Mint that were not silver, and none so far have gone out to customers. That speaks to Shards and how good of a job they do with their QA, QI. And guys, that's why good bullion dealers, good coin shops are so key and critical, because they're the last line of defense to protect you guys and me. So that's awesome they caught that. Again, look at more Strait of Hormuz chaos. Look at this lines for gas here. Oh, it's Chards. I always thought it was called Shards. It's Chards? I always thought it was pronounced Shards. My bad. Chards. Is it Chards with a CH? Zimbabwe's hyperinflation currency collapse. Is Washington making the exact same mistake? So this is an article on Zimbabwe. So go read that if you want. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. So here we go. They did add 10,000 ounces to the registered, just 10,000, but 2.6 million drained from the vault. So 2.6 million. The day before it was like 2.4 million. So totally wild times. About as wild as this green candle here, pushing into the danger zone. This first candle may end up being green in the danger zone. We'll see if we can keep holding it. Silver over 68, 68.03. And now I'm going to go to chat. So if you got questions, put them in chat. Let me know. Dr. Sophia says, I watched the replay and glad you are keeping the crab, and we'll check those coin stars. Thank you so much, guys. The crab did come. Where is it? Here it is. You guys voted yesterday for me to actually keep the crab. And to compensate, because I was going to put this in the giveaway, I added a silver Britannia to the treasure chest, guys. That's over 30 ounces of silver. That's some premium gold there. Look at that germanium mint gold. A bunch of copper. I'm giving that all away to you guys in the upcoming Mega Ga. Last year, 2025, I gave away over 100 ounces of silver. I gave away over 800 1/2 gold backs. Some other copper and gold. This year so far, I've given away 30 ounces of silver, some copper and gold. Just subscribe. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. I'm going to tell you guys how to enter. We're only 51 subscribers away from the next big show. So that's going to be pretty epic. Okay, in chat, Yukon saying condensate is usually from natural gas fields. It's used in Canada to dilute bitumen. So it can be pumped into pipelines. Thank you for that, Yukon Cornelius. And guys, Yukon Cornelius, shout out to Yukon. Recently donated something in the Mega Ga, so shout out to Yukon. Isn't it called they call it what's the nickname I heard for it before? They call it like a natural gasoline, right? Is that what they call it? Natural gasoline? Okay. If you guys got questions in chat, put them in. I'm going down to the next one here. The dollar's getting pushed higher, so let's see. So the DXY, guys, remember, if the dollar goes higher, that puts negative bearish pressure on gold and silver. If it goes lower, that puts positive bullish pressure on gold and silver. It doesn't mean it's always going to go up or down, but it just puts that pressure on it. And look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, that looks a little bit like, dare I say it? Dare I say it? It looks like a shark fin. That was definitely a shark fin. What will be your AG go-to when if barter comes upon us? Psalm, if we ever have to barter, silver dimes are king. Silver dimes are definitely king. So silver dimes. I've got a bunch of them. It's not going to be hard for people to recognize it and be like, I recognize that. And to know, oh, if it's before this year, it's 90% silver. Mercury dimes are probably a little bit better for that because it's a completely different design than what we have now. But yeah, silver dimes would be my go-to. And if it's gold, you'd have to do like half gold backs or 1/4 gold backs. I just ordered a bunch of 1/4 gold backs, guys, a whole stack. Did you know they make quarter gold backs now? I ordered a whole stack, so those are been shipped. They're on the way. I'm going to show them off to you when I get them. I got those from one of you, a crustacean, Red Dirt Reserve LLC. Check them out. One of you, supporting one of you in your dreams. He's got gold backs in. I got these. 1/4, 1/4, only $2.96 a pop. I feel like that's a good deal. Yeah, we're going to see how tiny. I've never had them in my hands before. Are they like ultra tiny? They got to be tiny. Comex stress factor is 84. All-time high was 88. Whoa, Jordan, thank you for that. Hold up, let's see. Comex stress factor. Okay, how do we... I'm going to have to figure out how to look that up. Thank you for that. Okay. Lawrence Shard pronounces it like chard. Oh, chard. Like Charizard. Like Charizard, guys. Chard. Okay, I'm going to try to get it chard. Chard. Silverpug saying, what is the GSR presently? Also, there's a post on X. Okay, so the gold to silver ratio, also known as the GSR, is 65.3 ounces of silver for every ounce of gold. Let's see what you guys are saying on X. It might have something to do with Viola. Thank you, Kevin, for retweeting that. B Squat saying, I'm holding off for the next big drop when the U.S. takes Karg Island from Iran. Should be next month when we see gold and silver drop below 4,040. And then big runs comes when Trump claims that the strait is open. Get ready. It's coming. Interesting perspective there, B Squat. Do you guys agree with B Squat or do you not? Let me know. Whoa, what is this?
Should I have applied the brakes?
This is Master Blaster saying scientific advancement. I thought it was going to be something about Viola for a second. My stack is at all-time high. Congratulations, Ken. Shotgun Susie saying, let's crab up. That's awesome. Silver Thursday, but no, 70. Silver Thursday, but no, 70 is the floor, so we will bounce off of it, says 19X. Live right now, says Colts. Thank you. Oli Stacker saying, it's March Madness. Zelda Paul says, right on cue. And ETF coach is saying expiry is tomorrow. No, it's today. So futures expiry is tomorrow. ETF. But options is today. And options is the more volatile one normally for silver and gold. Are dimes the best junk 90%? Yeah, Duke. Again, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. But I prefer dimes. It was not that long ago that dimes actually had a higher premium on them than other constitutional silver because they're fractional. So anytime you're stacking gold or silver and you have the option to get something fractional, so if you had the choice of one American Gold Eagle or 10 10th ounce American Gold Eagles, you go with the fractional all the time if it's the same price, because fractional always commands, I shouldn't say always, normally commands a premium. In wild times volatility, it doesn't. But in normal times, which we'll get to again, it does. So yeah, if I'm stacking constitutional, I have a choice. I'm going for dimes all day long. The Mercury dime is my favorite design, by the way. F1 is saying, waiting on a glitch around 1P. Guys, if this keeps going up like this, guys, and we've got only one candle left in the danger zone and it's green. Uh-oh, breaking news. I got live footage coming in right now from the Comex. So if the price keeps pushing like it does, do you guys think a glitch is going to happen before that 1:30 p.m. close of the options? Let me know. Ryan in chat saying, I just bought 3 rolls of silver dimes from my dad. Canadian ones from his paper route, he said. That's awesome, Ryan. Congratulations. Victor saying, are gold backs worth it in terms of dollar? I like them. Some people hate them. Okay, and let me explain to you my thought process here. A few reasons I like them. A little gold coin like this is going to cost you $1,000, $1,100. Okay. 1/2 gold back is going to cost you like $5. 1 gold back is going to cost you like 10-ish or something. It changes every day. But a lot of people don't like a gold backs, and I'm not sponsored or anything by them, by the way. A lot of people don't like gold backs because it's got like 100% premium on them. They're expensive. They're not cheap to make. But there's thousands of businesses across the United States that accept them and they give you full value for them. I've flipped gold backs in the past. I've always gotten full value. I've never had an issue. So unlike other gold that you buy that might have a premium attached to it that you might not see, you can literally spin these at businesses that accept them and get that premium back. So that's why I like it. Also, look, this is 1/2000th of an ounce right there. It gives people exposure to gold without having to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. So that's another reason I like it. So that's my thesis. But there's some people with very strong opinions in the other way out there, and that's why it's good. We all have opinions, and we all work together. Stacking Shark says silver and gold are going on sale this week, and gut feeling, I mean, it's happening already. Since the session started last night, we're down 4.8%. Gold's down 1.53% since the night session last night. So it's happening. Okay, next question. Sharks have lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes, until they bite, and their eyes roll white before they rip you to pieces. Dang. Thank you for that, Rob. Casper saying, is an American Silver Eagle at $73.50 a good buy? Seems like the premium is going down a bit. So the current price is $67. Yeah, I mean, that's good for recent times for sure. 67. So we're about 68. So that's like a $5-6 premium. Yeah, that's good for recent times. That's definitely good. You might be able to find cheaper at a local coin shop, but that's pretty decent. And remember, it's not that long ago, Eagles were $120, and I believe we'll be there again. The fundamentals have not changed. Okay. Okay, Psalms is saying, glitch will only occur if the market is ripping higher. I agree with you. AG Farmer saying, I have 1,000 war nickels, easy to recognize, and I've never seen fakes. Oh, you guys want to see something here? Look at this. Look at this. You got to buy from trusted sources, guys. They're making fake mercury dimes. This is fake. If someone had a bag of these at like a swap meet and said, hey, I'll show you these, give you a real good deal, would you be able to tell this is fake? Honestly. Could you tell this is fake? Honestly. Let me put on the coin scope here. Thousands of years of history, by the way, guys. Those are Roman coins, Japanese, Abizate gold coin. Okay. Would you be able to tell this sucker is fake? Honestly. Hold up. It's hard when it's in these flips because the glare, but I don't want to take it out and it get mixed in. Besides the copy there. Besides the obvious copy, would you be able to tell that's fake? Would you be able to tell? So disgusting. So disgusting. Guys, you got to protect yourselves. Whether it's non-silver coins coming out of like the Royal British Mint, like we just saw Britannia's, whether it's fakes coming from Whatnot. One of you just got scammed out of 2 ounces of gold on Whatnot. One of you guys got scammed off of eBay just recently. I get these messages all the time. Guys, this whole bag here. This is fakes you've all sent me that I've tested over the years that I've cut in half. I've made videos about slabbed coins. Nothing is sacred. Nothing. You got to protect yourselves. Fakes are getting so bad. Can you tell me which one of these Morgan silver dollars is fake? Which of these mercury dimes is real and fake? Is this slabbed American silver eagle real? Look at this 90% Milwaukee Liberty. Ladies and gentlemen, all of those coins except this one, plated in gold, were fake. Either you can spend $3,500 plus on a Sigma Metalytics Verifier Pro, or you can invest in something that one of the crustacean nation created. It is the Pocket Pinger by Sound Money. Passed. That was the real one. Failed. That Walking Liberty. Failed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only $38. Link is in the description below. You get the Pocket Pinger. You get the stick. You get access to the free phone application. It's literal science. $38 can protect you from a fake silver coin, a fake gold coin, even fake silver bars, and 90%. And it helps support the channel too. So thank you so much. Click the link below. I believe it's mandatory for all stackers, and it's only $38. Protect your stack now. Yeah, I feel strongly about that. I feel very strongly about that. And Charles Vance makes a good point. Thank you for the super chat. Says, if it's a 1916D, thousands of those were faked because it's a key date. I don't know if I'd have to look back at it. I'm not sure if that one's a 1916. But there's fakes out there, ladies and gentlemen. Protect yourself. I feel so strongly about that. That's why I keep hitting that. Okay. Let's go over here. I think there's one more piece of news I wanted to cover. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I got to remember that Chards. I just got to remember Charizard. Charizard. Okay, here's the one more piece of news I want to cover. For a couple months now, I've been covering the private credit crisis, and that possibly being the domino that pushes the stock market down. So look at this. We've been covering it for months. Here's additional to that. Private credit dominoes are falling. Apollo and Ares now restricting withdrawals. Another big week in the $3 trillion private credit market. Apollo Global just capped redemptions at 5% after investors tried to pull 11.2% from its flagship fund. Ares Management also limited withdrawals in one of its major private credit vehicles. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw earlier this year Blue Owl Capital do something. We saw BlackRock. We saw Morgan Stanley and others. Is this going to be the straw that broke the camel's back? That is the question. And thank you so much, Oxby. We are out of the danger zone. So the last candle of the danger zone was red. Interesting. So we're going to keep watching here. Silver trading at 67.69 on a red candle. Gold trading at 4,440.80 on a green candle. The next shoe to drop we're going to be watching for here is the Shanghai Futures Exchange. Remember, it got as high last night of 81.09. It got as low as 77.66. It's going to be opening here in just 27 minutes. We're going to be covering it live. It did close at 78.81. And in chat, Mark is saying, because the Royal Mint says it's okay now, I'm sending the gloves I've ordered back. That's funny. The Real Geared Up Survival saying, maybe we should fill up the rocket fuel now before fuel gets to all-time highs as we crab claw closer to the moon. Who believes we are going to the moon? Put moon in chat right now. Owen says, so we should wait another 4.5 hours to try to get the best price today, correct? I mean, theoretically, Owen, they're going to smash it as low as they can before this arrow here, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, anything can happen between now and then. So is there downward pressure? Is that the plan? Yes, 100%, because look how it accelerated. So first it was going at this speed, and now the pitch of it is going at that speed. So it's much more dramatic. So if I had to bet, I would bet it would continue to go down and then probably crab walk. But just remember, technicals might not matter right now if one tweet gets sent out. All it takes is one tweet from the president right now to move markets in a completely different way. So theoretically, yes, but if you're planning to spend like $1,000, maybe spending like $300 now, and then in an hour spending another $200, and you could dollar cost average on the way down. That way, if there is a tweet or something crazy happens, an alien is discovered, whatever, that you don't miss it. You don't miss the good deal. Again, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. But literally, people want to go to the moon.
Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars.
That's one of my favorite scenes right there. We don't get to play it much with the price action right now. So I look for excuses to play it. And the Floyd Lawton says, Artemis 2 is still scheduled for next week. We are going to the moon, baby. Nice. Is that mission going to the moon? Is it already that time? Let's see. Oh, 2 astronauts around the moon. Wow. That's going to send 2 astronauts around the moon. Do you guys know how much silver is in the Artemis? Or Artemis is in the Artemis 2? Do you know how many? A lot. No moon for you, says Becky. Iran becomes the 51st state of the U.S. I don't think that's going to happen, Ralph. Do not think that's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are anxiously awaiting the opening of the Shanghai Futures Exchange in just 24 minutes. A big shout out to everyone on Facebook watching right now. I started something new where I've been live streaming starting last night to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. What do you guys think? Do you like that option? I'm thinking it might bring over some more of the Facebook crowd to here. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. Okay, I fully believe we landed on the moon. I fully believe the world is round, or a globe. Not perfectly round, you know. What do you guys think? If you think the moon landing was fake and the world is flat, put fake or put fake in chat if you think that. I'm curious. And guess what? You can have your own opinion, and I'm not going to make fun and belittle you. It's okay if you believe that. I'm just curious how many of you believe that. Rick Harrison says, hello, is this IS? Yeah, this is the NSA. Could we borrow some of the silver for our moonshot? Sure. I offered my stack 5,000 ounces to the Comex to cover one of their contracts a while back at a significant premium, and none of them took me up on it. Okay, some people are saying we landed on the moon. Some people are saying we didn't. Some people are saying the moon's not real, but the globe is round. So it's all over the place. And Solomon chat is saying he's got some gold news from Russia. President Putin signed a decree on Wednesday restricting cash and gold exports. Yeah. Thank you for that, Solomon. I've got the article right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, come on. Right here. So here's that story. Putin signs new decree restricting gold bullion exports. This is the second such move. President Putin has just signed an executive order banning the export of refined gold bars over 100 grams effective May 1st, 26. This is the second major restriction Russia has announced in recent months. The first plan was revealed in December 2025 to curb capital flight and shadow economy. With Russia being one of the world's top gold producers, future limits on gold outflows, adding more pressure to the already tight supply market. So there's the coverage on that. Thank you for that. Dropping the mic says, I know for sure it's round. I've flown high enough as a pilot to see the curvature of the Earth. Wow. The moon landing was sponsored by the Royal Mint. Oh my gosh. The memes about that are going to be so funny in the future. We landed on the moon. It's what we saw there that delayed our return. Ooh, I like that, Mega Gustavo. We landed on the moon. It's what we saw there that delayed our return. We wouldn't return for 50 years. If Armstrong was the first man on the moon, who took the picture? Whoa! Fast Frog's asking questions. Silverpug saying, did you see Elon Musk posts about building a driver on the moon? We will need tremendous amount of silver. A driver? What do you mean by driver? Did you get autocorrected, Silverpug? I think you got autocorrected. Rick Harrison saying the moon was built by aliens when they populated us here on the Earth. It's used to control the Earth's rotation. Interesting. World is round, but think Hollywood did a magnificent job, says Jopinator. The moon landing was sponsored by the Comex, says Tawanda. Wackacackle says, if it's a globe, then the math is very wrong. Someone says space is fake. Dude, what if I'm in the Truman Show right now? You guys like the Truman Show movie? That was such a fun one. I like the Truman Show. That was a good one. A Nikon can zoom 45 miles. At 45 miles, there should be 0.25 mile drop in the curvature. But ships can be seen at 45 miles out at sea, says Mac. Whoa. Apollo 13 crashed with the lander on the surface, and it rang like a bell for an hour. Apollo 14 crashed some heavier piece, and it rang like a gong for hours. Whoa. How could they land in the 60s, but it took this long to do it again? Says Peter. I mean, these are all valid questions, but it could be like, we've already been there. Let's not spend the money on that, right? Our folks are yelling at us. We got to do some programs here. West Texas says, how many people have walked on the moon? The real question, here's the real question I have for everybody in chat. Who in chat can moonwalk? Put moonwalk in chat right now if you can moonwalk. That's the question of the day. And guys, we are just 19 minutes away from the Shanghai Futures Exchange opening here. What do you guys think is going to happen? Are you team green or are you team red? Are we going higher? Are we going lower? What do you guys think? Bam. Okay, we got some moonwalkers. We got some moonwalkers in chat. Idiocracy was apparently a documentary. There's no need to go back to the... I loved the movie Idiocracy. It's what the plants need. Did you guys ever see Idiocracy? Okay, here's a funny fact about Idiocracy. The funny thing about Idiocracy is they were like, we need some dumb shoes for the future that like no one would ever wear. So that's how the company Crocs, they were like a startup or a launch. They were small. So they bought a bunch of Crocs to use in the movie Idiocracy because of how dumb they were. And it looks like Idiocracy is coming true because Crocs blew up. So they got a bunch of money injected because of that. Then they used that and then they blew up Crocs. It's so funny. Okay. Let's go back to here. See what you guys are saying. Wow, says Rock. Guys, this tweet about the Royal British Mint is, or the Royal Mint, is blowing up. 217,000 views. Wow. Thank you for that. And let's see what's breaking on the news here real quick. I wonder how much silver is on the moon, says Silver Shark. Yeah, evidently there's silver on the moon. I used to buy my art. Wait, I used to, but my arthritis won't allow me to do it. Disco lives on. Whoa. We got moonwalkers in chat. Okay, let's see what's going on in the news here. I totally derailed the chat by talking about the moon landing and the world being round or flat. Again, I believe we landed on the moon. I believe the world is round. I do believe those things until proven otherwise. Justin, global trading hit by the worst disruptions in the past 80 years. Whoa, what is... Oh, that's... Okay, that's about the Hormuz. Gold dip looks like a buy as central banks step in. Barclays tells investors. Spot silver drops more than 5%. Let's see what we're at now in silver. We're down 5% exactly. The Royal Mint is owned by Mattel, says the Lone Ranger. You know, I do love the Royal Mint, guys. I love... like Queen's Beast. I love the Queen's Beast. I happen to have this guy sitting out. The Valiant. Killing the Dragon. I do love a lot of the Royal British Mint projects. I'm sure they'll bounce back for this, but it's a pretty shocking error for sure. Okay, let's go back here. Look at this. My sincere condolences to half this sub who went through such a terrible tragedy. For those who don't know, the long-standing joke in the gold and silver community is that you lost your gold and silver in a boating accident. That's the long-term like joke to say like if the government's going to come for confiscation, I lost it in a boating accident. So anytime you see memes like this, that's what that means. I know a lot of you know that. But I also know we have a lot of new stackers that might not know that. So that's the history there. Please tell me again how I'm bearish gold, silver, oil, uranium, or practically any other commodity. Hint, I'm not bearish, says Patrick. I probably have the most bullish long-term roadmaps for all of them. They are setting up massively to outperform stock markets in the coming decade. So he's got a big ol' puppy here. Look at this. Big ol' stack. Guys, I'm just reading the comments in chat. I derailed the chat with the moon landing discussion. But that's the beauty. Like, we can all have different thoughts and opinions and still come together on what unites us. Physical silver and physical gold. So big. Straight to Hormuz madness, guys. We've talked about that ad nauseum earlier. And again, we are close here. We are just 13 minutes and 45 seconds from the Shanghai Futures Exchange opening here. Grim outlook for silver, gold in the markets more badly as oil spikes. Let's look at oil. Oil's up 3%, 3%, 3%, 5%. DXY's up to 99.87. So that's definitely negative pressure on silver and gold, but I mean, we're doing okay here, right there here this morning, 67.80. We are down 5% since 4.84% since the trading session started on silver, 1.45% on gold. But guys, I warned about this yesterday. As silver and gold were shooting higher yesterday, I warned about the options expiry. O House says on the weekly chart, we are forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern on silver. So let's look at that. When in doubt, what do we do, ladies and gentlemen? We zoom out. Hey, we've turned this weekly candle green. Let's see if we can hold it. Okay, inverse head and shoulders, he's saying. Where are you seeing the inverse head and shoulders? I see something here. Boop. I see something forming here. Are you saying that if we get a shoulder here, is that what you're saying? Or is there something bigger? This is the weekly chart. Okay. Okay, let's go back here to my 5-minuter. Boop. There we go. I think someone did a switch on the silver in the Royal Mint. It's an inside job. Yeah, see, with the Royal Mint kerfuffle, I don't think it's all the Royal Mint, but either it's a mistake, which is crazy that could even happen, or maybe it's one of the people on the line. Maybe they're like, dude, we can pocket some silver, and they look the same. No one's ever going to know. Little did they know that silver and gold stackers are meticulous. We're literally out there pinging things. Right? Little did they know gold and silver stackers would figure it out. That's funny. Start at 6:30 a.m. for the mini head and shoulders. On the weekly, Oxby, on the weekly chart, which chart? Which chart are you talking? Are you talking about the weekly? Silverpug says, I have a mission. Seek the cameraman who was waiting for the first moon landing. Anyone know who? Thank you, Silverpug. It could have been Viola. It might have been Viola's great-grandfather. Would have had to have a strong arm. Who in chat single? Who's looking for a significant other? I met a girl in Poland. Nice Polish girl. Strong arm. Built like a brick house. Stacks gold, silver, copper all the time.
Yep. What's the robot's name?
Viola.
Viola.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's different. Blue Jeans is saying, hell of a grip. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Guys, we are just 10 minutes away here from Shanghai Futures Exchange opening. What are you guys? Are you team green or are you team red? Are we gapping up or are we gapping down? Now, let's look at some of the things here. So we're trending down on the Comex. Not a good sign for gapping up. It closed kind of neutral, so not a good sign of gapping up as the Comex is moving down. The DXY, oil, all that is going up. Let's see the Dow futures. Okay, Dow futures is down 400 points. I'm thinking it's going to be a gap down. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be a gap down. Maybe not massive. Maybe just a little baby, but what do you guys think? Look at this. Gulf states cut oil production by 10 million barrels per day so far. Countries that are the most dependent on that oil. So 73% for Japan, 70% for Korea. Ouch. India, China, Pakistan, Taiwan, Thailand. Ow. That's going to leave a mark. How about this, guys? Right before we go live, I'll do the baby gator. Just 8 minutes and 45 seconds away. We'll do the baby gator. What's going on here? See, look, here's more stuff about Australia. Australia's run out of gasoline. Parked cars are being siphoned. Is this real? Is there really a gas shortage in Australia, or is that fake? Aussies in the chat, sound off. I'm seeing posts about Australia running low on gas. Apologies, it's going down because I... You guys, Stacking Shark in chat's apologizing to everybody. They're saying that they bought more gold and silver yesterday, so that's why the price is going to... Do you guys ever feel like that? When you finally go to buy, you're like, okay, you buy it, and then the price like collapses the next day. Do you ever feel like that? And guys, the name's International Stacker, coming to you live from Key West, Florida, where I'm closer to Cuba than a Walmart. We are at 67,853 subscribers. Thank you so much. Keep subscribing, ladies and gentlemen. Only 47 more to the big show. And again, we've got a big celebration coming up in not the too distant future, probably the next 1 to 2 months. I'm giving away a bunch of silver, gold, and copper in there. 30 ounces of silver. We're going to keep adding. Probably 30, 40 ounces of gold. Or not gold. Copper. Not gold. That would be a crazy giveaway. And some gold in there. Okay, a little bit of an announcement here. If you're in any of these areas, watch out today. You're going to have severe storms. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. Be on the lookout. A YouTuber I love for extreme weather, his name is Ryan Hall, y'all. Great guy. So check him out if you want to follow extreme weather. And a big shout out to everyone watching on Facebook right now. I'm now doing dual streams to Facebook as well. See how it goes. See if people like it. Okay, capital markets guy. The accumulation of unsold private assets of an investor's balance sheets is a warning that some may be overlooking. Interesting. Ranked in the world's top 28 gold mines. Who is this? Let's see. This could be an ad. We'll find out. Oh, the top 20. So this is the top 20 gold mines in the world, supposedly, per this article. I do not see anywhere in here the Crustacean Nation find. I've talked about it for a long time, guys. Getting my old claim for gold that we could all go meet at in the middle of the U.S. and gold pan. That'd be fun. A lot of this is going to be going on, ladies and gentlemen. Bought the dip, says Gold Eagle price. Who bought the dip? Put dip in chat if you bought it. Look at this. Thailand has run out of fuel. Cities are paralyzed. Air conditioners aren't working. Wow. Fuel shortage. And we are just 5 minutes away from Shanghai Futures Exchange opening. Are you team green or team red? Are we gapping up or down? Stacking Shark is saying, good live with Tiger yesterday. I like how you help promote fellow stackers. Thanks, man. My pleasure. I enjoyed it. He's a great guy. I love helping out the community. I've always viewed it as the bigger and more successful everybody is, the bigger our niche or niche is going to get, the more people that are going to be able to change their lives by stacking gold and silver, right? I see every YouTube channel is literally like the American Revolutionary War hero. Literally the Paul Revere of the internet, riding the streets, warning people the big bankers' plans and about gold and silver. So thank you for that. Floyd Lawton saying, I've been feeling like that for the past 2 months. It's been going either down or sideways. My last purchase of a 1/4 ounce Eagle 3 weeks ago, and spot has dropped almost 1K. Don't panic, Floyd. It will pay off eventually. I'm about to pay a visit to USPS. They're playing ping pong with my packages. Sorry to hear that, Rudy. I have to be honest, the gloves were distracting me a bit. Oh, his tiger gloves? I mean, that's just his thing. That's his thing, the tiger gloves. It's kind of funny. Jimmy Reefer saying, reminder, don't sleep on 90%. Often available under spot. My local coin shop sells it 10% under melt. The premiums will be back, and it's a great way to stack at a discount. I totally agree with Jimmy Reefer there. RRZK says dip. Seems a bit dumb to ask, but we bought the dip if we are sitting in the dip for weeks now. Well, let's look at this. When in doubt, let's zoom out. Yeah, we're riding a dip down. I do believe it's going to be a dip. Again, none of the fundamentals have changed. Not a financial advisor, but buying it on the way down is a smart way to accumulate, especially when you're dollar cost averaging. That continually lowers your dollar cost average. Let's look at the monthly chart here. Yeah, if you look at the monthly chart, we're just buying on the elevator. Let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart, we've had a few pronounced dips, and we're in one right now. Let's go to the hourly chart. You guys, we've been saying for a long time on this channel. Sorry, I've got a cough drop and my throat's bugging me. You're going to have intestinal fortitude to see the way through. The road is going to be long, dark, full of terrors. It's going to be scary. People are going to be yelling things. It's panicking. Everything's going to zero. Those with the intestinal fortitude to see the way through are going to be dancing with me in the streets in celebration. Christopher Van Houten says, Tiger is awesome. Won my first God. That's right. Van Houten and Shotgun Susie, both crustaceans, won silver on his channel on the stream last night. The Lone Ranger says the fuel industry in the Philippines went on strike yesterday. Is that what it is? Interesting. So is it because of the strike? Huh. Sometimes you gotta look deeper, guys. And we've got 1,200 people on the stream and 392 likes. Please smash the like button. It helps my channel more than you would ever know. Just that one little click, those few little pixels. So please smash it. I do appreciate it, guys. And here we go. We're just a minute and 5 seconds away from the Shanghai Futures Exchange opening. The Floyd Lawton saying silver needs to drop $20 to reach my dollar cost average. I'm stuck in the middle. It's not going up, but I'm not going down either. I get it, Floyd. Keep the faith, my friend. Dropping the mic is saying buying from eBay can be safe if you buy from dealers. We are ANA, Konica, PNG, but I'm definitely not advertising. I mean, dropping the mic's got a good point there. There's a lot of fakes on eBay. Beware. But if you buy from trusted sources or big bullion sources, definitely do your research, do your due diligence. But I know so many people that have gotten ripped off on eBay. So many viewers. Here we go. 15-second warning. Team Green, Team Red, your last chance to vote. Team Green, Team Red. Did you say infortunal testitude? I said intestinal fortitude. Intestinal fortitude. Okay, gap down as we called it. We did have a gap down. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So we gapped down to... Oh, we forgot the baby gator.
Okay, I'm going to try to do the baby gator noise. Here we go. How do you do the baby gator noise? Yeah. I don't know. Whoa! Whoa! What was that? It was a giant lizard just jumped. That thing was massive. I thought I actually summoned an alligator for a second there.
Guys, I apologize. The reason we gapped down is because I literally forgot to do the baby gator. That was the plan. I forgot to do it. Some scientists say 90% of the time, every time it turns a red candle green or green candle to a BGC.
It's science.
It's science. And Gray Bearded Hunter said, picked up a couple goldbacks that were available from Red Dirt Reserve. It was super easy, not really stacking them, but cool thing to have in the collection stack. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, that's who I buy from. He's a crustacean. Here he is right here. Red Dirt Reserve LLC. Check him out if you want some goldbacks. Boop, boop, boop. Good guy. Be careful buying the dip on eBay. Liberty has not shipped my Sunday morning purchase yet. Was for a few 5 ounce at sub 340. Interesting, David. You'll have to keep us updated on that if they come or not. How is Boca Raton? I plan on coming that way in the middle of July to take my kids on family vacation. It was great. And in Boca Raton, the reason we were there is there's an animal like reserve there. You can pay for a tour. I feel like it's expensive, but you can take a behind the scenes tour and you can like hold a sloth. You can like pet a camel. There's monkeys. I took Mrs. IS and Rat-Stacker there. That's why we were in Boca Raton. So check that out. It's called a something safari. It's pretty epic, but there's two of them. There's one you pay $5 and go around and okay, you see some stuff. But the VIP tour, if you could swing it, it's epic. It's expensive, but like they've got a sloth named Slow Mode you can hold. He looked into my eyes. He gazed into my soul. And all he saw was silver and gold. Motive Mastery is saying, what will be the impact on gold and silver because of a partial opening of the Strait of Hormuz? Any wisdom? I mean, anything that gets commodities flowing, there is going to help to at least address a little bit of global chaos, but just a little trickle is not going to be enough. Traditionally, the more chaos, the better for gold and silver. But remember, when the Iranian oil crisis happened in 79, it took more than 30 days for silver and gold to really react. More than 30 days. So keep that in the back of your mind. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Look at all these ships. I was reading an article that there's a humanitarian crisis going on with all these ships out here because countries won't let them dock and they're like running out of food and water. It's a mess. Ordered silver from Scotland Mint. Or Scottsdale Mint. I read Scotland. Scottsdale Mint 6 weeks ago, and they still haven't shipped them out. Don't worry, Chris. They're coming. Scottsdale Mint's good. It's trustworthy. If you bought it, they're coming. I know it's frustrating. Viv B says, I petted baby leopards back in the 90s when I lived in South Africa. Sat on top of an ostrich as well. Whoa. Guys, would that be a funny video? I've live streamed from the back of a camel.
Take the camel, guys. Camel cam, guys. That's just some here.
The name Daisy.
Daisy the camel, guys. There you go. Oh, wow. Look at the three pyramids, guys.
Would that be a funny live stream? Ride an ostrich if I ever get the chance. Do you guys want me to ride an ostrich and film it? That would be so funny. It just I imagine it running and me just screaming out of control. Okay, let's refresh here. I told you to come visit me in South Africa's Geopolitical. Shiny Stacker saying Scottsdale has an eBay store that sells stocks and sells stuff quickly. By the way, my trick with the eBay store, guys, is for Scottsdale Mint. Frequently, they'll sell stuff at like 99 cents over spot. So back in the day before I had any of these bad boys, I wanted them so bad. And there's such premium on them. And then I figured out like every couple months, Scottsdale Mint would do 99 cents over spot. I got those that way. I got, this is Scottsdale, a 5-ounce button I got that way. Here's the Scottsdale 10-ounce bar. It's crazy how much silver is sitting here. It kind of doesn't really feel like that much until you realize that's a 10-ounce bar. That's a 10-ounce bar. That's a 20-ounce bar. It's crazy. And, you know, I've seen people say, I don't like silver because it takes up so much room. Does it take up more room than gold? Yeah, but, like, it really doesn't take up a lot. As long as you don't get stuff with crazy packaging. I don't like to collect a lot of stuff that has crazy packaging because I don't want to store it. But as long as you don't have crazy packaging, you'd be shocked how small of a footprint it really takes. Dr. Sophia saying, my sister told me Scottsdale Mint takes a while because they do pour to order, so it's freshly minted. Ooh. Freshly prepared. I don't mind when I'm at a fast food place if I have to eat fast food. If it takes a little longer, because I'm like, well, at least it wasn't sitting under a heat lamp forever. Scottsdale Mint is sometimes cheaper when buying directly from them, says Dr. Sophia. Thank you, doctor. You heard it. That's the doctor's orders. Let's read this. The dominoes are falling in days, not weeks. Here's the global oil crisis, country by country as of today. If I read your country, if you're in one of these countries when I read it, I want you to put confirmed or not confirmed in chat. Sri Lanka, rationing, 4-day work week, schools closed. Pakistan, crisis, overnight price surge, long queues. Guys, if you've ever been overseas, if you're in the U.S., we would call them lines, but overseas, they call them queues. Long queues, 4-day work week. India, 9 days of reserves left, emergency suppliers being hunted. South Korea, 50 days left, clock is ticking. Japan, lied, said 254 days, actual usable reserve is 95. UK, Shell CEO warning, shortage starts in April. Germany, gas is up 30%. EU emergency plan launched. France, paying 30% more at the pumps than 8 weeks ago. South Africa, government says stable. Citizens photographed empty pumps. Turkey, stocks crashed. Inflation exploding. Currency under pressure. Brazil, watching nervously. Their own oil helps, but supply chains are hurting. Australia, tanker delays, import dependent, hoping IEA coordination holds. USA gets taxes suspended in states. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve is down. Iran sanctions quietly paused. China, 1.4 billion barrels stockpiled. Banned exports still getting Iranian oil. Let's see if we have any confirms in chat. I'm not seeing any confirms. Variables calling me a pumper. He's joking, by the way. His face off the other day. How you doing, Variable? Good to see you. Australia, true. Same for New Zealand, says Ilion. Thank you. And thank you for being a channel member. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much to all my channel members. You guys really enable me to do what I do. I really appreciate your support. I also appreciate all the support of all the Diamond Claw members. Thank you so much. Your name is up here. I truly appreciate all your support. The question for everyone in chat right now, who, anybody, even if you're not a member, who has Diamond Claws? Who's got them?
Diamond Claws.
Yes. So the next shoe to drop here is going to be in 22 minutes. No, 21 and a half minutes. The stock market's going to open. And look at this. We're pushing higher on silver. 2 BGCs in a row. We did Baby Gator it.
It's science.
All right, somebody make fun of me. I want to use a scene I don't get to use much, but I really like it. Somebody make fun of me. Call me a name. Get your pleasure from my pain. Somebody say something rude. Let's see here. Let's see what you're going to say. I'm watching. There's like a 5-second delay here. We got this candles building. Okay, someone called me a tool.
How dare you?
Your mother works for the Comex.
How dare you?
I'm a globe-tard.
How dare you?
I've got crabs. Wait, I got one for crabs. Wait, where's it? I've got crabs. There we go. I put turquoise in your claws.
How dare you?
There we go. I love that one. IS produces aluminum like a weenie. In the U.S., it's aluminum. If you're overseas, it's aluminium. BGC, I hope that's got a big grain. We got 2 green candles here. One might qualify for a BGC. We're going to keep watching. Silver trading at 68.23. Gold trading for 4,438.68. Guys, do you want me to keep streaming until the Comex opens in 19 minutes and 45 seconds? You have cubic zirconia claws.
How dare you?
Do you guys want me to keep streaming? Keep going if you want me to keep going to the stock market opens here. Let's keep going here in the news. See what you guys are saying here. Okay, so why is today's slam any different than yesterday's slam or the slam before that or the ones before that? What's that in response to? I'm live on YouTube, shouting ya out. Pop on and find out. Let's see if Carpedium comes on. I'd be happy to answer that question. You have small claws.
How dare you?
Okay. Here comes $30 silver saying Baz. Look at the 3-month and 1-month chart. Brother, looks scary, says Bam. Oh, what did I click? I meant to click that. So he wants us to look at the 3-month and 1-month chart. Okay. We shall do that. Here's the 3-monther. Definitely got a shark pin. Got a DTB form in there. So the lowest we've been was the all-time high in December, which was 6101. Currently, we're at... I can leave that there. 68. Currently, we're at the all-time high from the end of December, the 22nd. I'm okay. I feel okay with that. None of the fundamentals have changed. Oh, that's 3 hour. 3-month. I mean, the 3-month chart to me looks like we're in a massive bull market coming off of a 45-year cup and handle, and we're on a red candle here. After shooting high. Look at this. Look at that candle. That is. Look at that. Let me get rid of these. Hold up. Let me get rid of these. That is a pretty epic. That is a pretty epic candle there. Look at that. Look at that guy. Up to 120. Look at that guy. Wow. That candle is extreme. I will give him that. But none of the fundamentals have changed. I feel okay still. Here we go. We're at the all-time high of a couple months ago. Okay, let's keep going down. Okay, let's see what this is, guys. Is this
Stacking.
Whoa.
Wow. She is stacking.
That's about Viola. Thank you, Next Exit. Coming to America, says Lloyd. Oh, yeah, I know. That's why I stack physical gold and silver, guys. That is exactly why we stack physical gold and silver, because all throughout history, the bankers, the financial experts, the politicians tell you, work your whole life. Put your blood, sweat, and tears, what you saved up your whole life in this paper fiat currency. And remember, all around the world, every paper fiat currency that has ever not been backed by physical gold and silver has literally always gone to zero. It's 100% failure rate. And as I plop down this big old fat stack of Vietnam dong, I want to remind you, it got so bad in Zimbabwe that they went from $1 million notes to $1 billion notes to literally $1 trillion notes. And I've got a silver coin in here somewhere. I've got a Venezuela silver coin in here somewhere. It's still worth its weight in silver, ladies and gentlemen. It's worth like 50 or 60 bucks. 90% silver. Is this it? No. And it's somewhere. But as all that paper fiat currency has literally gone to zero, it's still worth its weight in silver. If that's not a tell to tell you, I don't know what is. Look at this. The Oracle, we're days away, crabs, claws up. Look at those crabs dancing. Look at those crabs. Look at those moves. Hello, Viola. Bad news, says Master Blaster. Uh-oh. What's he saying?
I have some bad news, Viola. The cost of our lube has tripled.
Is that
I have
audio?
some bad news, Viola. The cost of our lube has tripled.
Cost of the lube has tripled for Viola. Guys, is Viola in a crisis right now because of the prices of oil? That is so funny. Hypersonic says, thank you for not armchair quarterbacking my man Trump. Have had to unsub so many stacker channels for their theories against the only man today for the job. So look, I keep this channel apolitical. There's folks that watch it that love the president. There's folks that watch it that hate the president. There's folks that are in the middle. But on this channel, I don't cover things that divide us, guys. I don't cover politics. I don't cover religion. I am religious. I go to church every Sunday. I am politically active. I vote. But I focus on what brings us together, our mutual love for gold and silver. That's my main focus. I do talk about geopolitics. I talk about things that affect the price of gold and silver. But there's plenty of channels out there you could find that are for the current administration, against the current administration, and cause all kinds of political banter. I'm not about that on this channel. I'm about what brings us together. So I appreciate you guys keeping it civil in the chat as well. And us coming forward together from all different walks of life, all different countries, all different races, religions, and creed, to come together to form the Crustacean Nation, baby. Let's go. And that's why I'm running for president. No, I'm kidding. I'm not running for president. I'm joking. But if I did, we would not change the national anthem. We would keep the U.S. national anthem, but we would add an optional verse to the national anthem about crustaceans. Oh, say, can you see that crab shell getting harder? Fight against the big bankers. What do you guys think? Is it a hit? Is it a hit? Okay, we're on a green candle. 68.38 on silver. Gold's 4,440. What'd you guys think? Is that a hit? Gold to silver ratio is at 65.01 ounces of silver to every ounce of gold. And the Shanghai Futures Exchange is trending up. Look at this. We hit as low as 76.09. We're now on a green 77.40. And the DXY still up. Oil's still up. So it's going to be an interesting day today. Options expiry. You don't have nearly enough money to buy the presidency, says Floyd Lawton. For president, says Printing Kings. Tara C is saying influencers pushing for presidents is going to be the new meta. Probably. Majing is saying, if you were president, could we change the gold fringe of the flags to silver? Ooh. That's an interesting question there. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Maybe we have both. Maybe every other one's gold and silver, the tassels. What do you think about that? Shout out to everyone watching on Facebook. I am dual streaming this morning. The main party's over here at YouTube, but we do have some crustaceans in the chat on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, drop a crab in the chat in Facebook. Replace the bald eagle with a baby gator. I think we'd keep the bald eagle, but maybe the bald eagle would be like riding on top of a baby gator or holding a baby gator in like a swaddle. Ladies and gentlemen, the next thing to stop here is the stock market opening here in 12 minutes. Look at this. Heavy crowds at petrol stations in Barmer. People engaged and struggling to get their petrol filled as quickly as possible. Okay, I can translate this. He just said stack silver and gold now. Interesting. Okay. You get not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. Viola for... Okay. If I ran for president, would you guys want Viola to be VP? Or she'd probably be treasurer secretary, honestly. Don't you think, Viola? Daisy might be VP. Oil terminal in Russia. Yeah, Ukraine did hit a couple Russian oil ports, so it's going to be interesting to see how that adds to all this madness. 2 of their big oil ports got hit, evidently. Oh, this is the fight. I saw a fight video. This is the fight video I saw about gas station fights. I think that's in Sri Lanka. The dude's saying the silver market traded 261 million ounces yesterday. Let's go to the CME here. That's pretty low open interest, guys. Do you guys remember we were having multiple billion ounce days? We were having multiple billion ounce days, and now we're like at 200 million. Look at this, 94 more contracts to March. It's going to be interesting to see what March ends at. They just had 43 deliveries. Times that by 5,000, that's how many physical ounces there. Viola Lewinsky. You guys are ridiculous. Guys, SGT's in chat. He's the one that's helping me. His mastery. We are doing the silver and gold corks. They commemorate the $100 an ounce. Do you guys want to see? I'm pulling it up right now. I'm gonna show you guys. It has been a hard project, guys. Make sure you shout out SGT. He's gone above and beyond. I've actually felt kind of bad. He's taken time off work. We've had a few disasters, but we figured it out. So here's what the silver cork. This is the prototype. The new version is going to have the weight on the side, but look, that's the cork from the side. That's the bottom. That's his new privy. It's going to be all numbered. See, that says P2. That's the prototype. That's the top. Look at that. AG, $100 the first time on January 23rd, 2026. International Stacker. So that's coming. And when you ask me what kinds of disasters have we had, look at this. I'll show you. So we had to figure out, or he had to figure out a special way to stamp it, because at first when he was stamping it, it was like collapsing it down. So we ended up with some stubbies. So he figured out a way to stamp it without it collapsing it down, because he does it with like a hammer and a big old press. So we ended up with some stubbies, so he melted those down again to get it. But let me show you guys here. Here's a set of them. They're coming. They're coming, ladies and gentlemen. Like a freight train. Ouch. Yeah, there is a wait list, so I'm opening the sales of that to channel members first. So if you're interested in one, you got to be a channel member for the first go. Whatever is not purchased by the channel members will be then opened to the general subscribers. The mintage on the corks, because they're huge, guys. They're like 6.5 ounces. It's crazy. I thought it was going to be a 3. The mintage is going to be 20 silver and 20 copper. But for those people who want a piece of history, I've got other ideas that aren't going to cost $1 trillion, maybe in the future. But for right now, the corks are going to be a mintage of 20 and 20, very limited. Hey, IS, back in 1966, Canadian Mint had some war coins. Some employee made a bunch after hours, used the wrong plates from 1965. Some are in circulation. Wow. I hope the gold to silver ratio will be 44 an ounce to 1 ounce of gold. Had an opportunity then. Will it happen again? I think it will. I think we'll get down to the 30s. I do. Disruptions particularly impacting New South Wales and Victoria, says free as can be. While the government reports about 30 to 38 days of liquid fuel reserves, the system is under extreme pressure. Thank you for that. How do you feel about USAS junior mining stock? USAS. American Gold and Silver Corporation. I've not really looked into them. I did start using, let me see if I can bring something up here. Hold up. I started I got an Investing Pro account. So I got this so I can show you guys now when you ask about my stocks. I wish, okay. So here's all my stock investments I have. There's one I can't get to show up on here. But this is what I have, and this is nice. It shows that they're overvalued, undervalued. Anyways, I'll show you guys more about this later. But I started to use this tool, so when you guys ask what mining stocks I'm in, you can see here. Again, not a financial advisor, just some dude on the internet with crabs. We're pushing higher here. We just, guys, we're entering the zone here. Look at this. We're entering the zone here. These two green lines is where we closed last option expiry day, which would have been February, end of February. We closed in this band here between these two green lines. We're going to see if we could do it again. Where did you get your runes, says Tan. I think Monument Metals, a few places. Monument Metals. When I visited, they gifted me a couple. That was cool. A few different places, but I think Monument Metals has them. Let's see. Germanium, Mint Runes. Or is it Money Metals? It might have been Money Metals I got them at. No, maybe it's Monument. I can't remember. See if Summit Metals. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. Monument Metals. They had the whole red set. So I got Summit Monument. Oh, look. Wow. Oh my gosh. Guys. That is a crazy, that's a crazy deal at Monument Metals on these runes. If you want runes, this is a really good deal. Oh my goodness. Becky, look at that rune. I might be buying some after this stream. That is such a great deal. Look at this one, 200. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out after the stream. What is new on the Britannias? No updates, RZK. We're waiting for updates. No updates yet. Guys, the stock market's opening in 2 minutes and 30 seconds here. We're about to issue a 2-minute warning. The same bead on a large bead, 1966-65 variations, are worth a bunch. Thank you, Christian. I'll keep my eyes out for the bead. Wackacackle says, I want a cork. Willing to buy the stubby if I have to. I think the stubbies got melted back down, Wackacackle. That's funny. We're going to see what gets bought up by the channel members, and then I'll make it public. I'll put out a link for people to post. We'll see what it goes from there. It's a big project. I've got 150 ounces into it of silver and 10 pounds of copper into it. It's not cheap. A lot of work. We did a custom stamp and everything, but I think they're going to be amazing. You guys are going to love them. I do have prototypes, so we made 2 prototypes, and the mintage is going to be 20 plus 2 prototypes. So I'm keeping one of the prototypes, silver and copper, and SGT gets to keep a copy, a prototype, silver and copper, since he made them. Also compensating him for his time. And then the rest, 20 and 20, are going to be made public to members first, and then whatever left after that's going to be open to everybody. I do appreciate channel members, guys. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate all subscribers so much. You all help me do what I do. I really appreciate it. Maybe the stubby's a mint error. The stubby could have been a mint error. Yeah, SGT's so nice. He's like, I can volunteer my time. I'm like, absolutely not. So he gets those corks for free, and he's being compensated for every cork he makes. He should be making more, but I'm not trying not to make these things a trillion, you know? I'm trying to make them cheap enough for you guys and the highest quality possible, and also pay him for his time. He took time off work. Really, really cool he did all that. SGT is a crustacean for life. Okay, let's keep watching here. Okay, guys, here we go. 3 seconds till the stock market opens. 2, 1. The stock market's officially open onto a red candle, but we're going to give it at least a minute here to see which way we're going. All runes at Monuments out of stock. Yeah, but look at this. I just found Summit Metals. They've got them for really good deals. 87. So I might be buying some after the stream. Don't buy them all. Don't go buy them all. I'm going to buy some of these. Let's see how many they have. Okay, here's my trick. I type in, if I want to know how many people have in stock, I go like this. I type in like 999. See? It tells you they got 10 in stock of that one. That's my little trick to see what's in stock. Do you think we'll see 100 again this year? Yeah, I do. It's going to take a couple of months for things to settle, but yeah, I do think so. We're in a red candle here, 68.49. So far, the Dow Jones is down 211 points. S&P 500 is down 50. NASDAQ's down 261. The DXY dollar index up 0.14%. The different oils are up 2%, 2.5% all, except for Brent's up 4.3. Back to a green candle here with silver. Guys, remember today's options expiry day, 1:30 here. PM. They want it to finish as low as possible for that options expiry. The last options expiry in February, we closed between these two green lines. So that's why I drew them here. We're headed back into the green lines now. Remember, normally, with everything else going on, normally like January, February, March, April are not good months for precious metals, normally. That with everything else coupled on. But I'm extremely bullish. None of the fundamentals have changed. Not a financial advisor, just some dude on the network crabs. And Miss Muffet saying, smash that like button. Thank you so much, guys. We're almost to 600 likes. Can we do it? Please smash the like button. And also as well, we are just 44 subscribers away from the next big show at 67,900. So make sure you subscribe if you like the show, if you like what I do. I do this every morning and evening. But more importantly, if you like free silver, gold, and copper, I'm doing the Make a giveaway and not the too distant future here. Over 30 ounces, and it's going to get even bigger. We got people that sent stuff in, so thank you so much for the support. But the Mega God is getting more mega as we speak. I added some more silver yesterday. I added a Silver Britannia on stream last night. Who wants a big show? The next person to subscribe is going to get good luck for 18 years.
It's science.
It's science. Hey, G Farmer's asking if I'm going to trade a quark for gold. I don't want to get these things complicated. I'm just going to probably most likely sell them. We'll see what unfolds and everything, but I'm not trying to make it complicated. I can't be doing a bunch of trades with people. So I'm just going to majority-wise be selling these puppies. Do all runes come in bags? Yes, fingers. As a matter of fact, I've got a rune in here. One's being given away to you. This is how they come. They all come in a bag, and they have the picture of the rune on the bag. So that rune's getting given away. And they're all limited. I think they're all 2,500, but maybe some are less. I'll have to check. But they're all, I think, at least 2,500 made. Back in the treasure chest that went. Or did it go in my private collection? My private collection. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, guys. I am live on Facebook as we speak. Thank you so much, Phil, for subscribing. You're a mega. Thank you, Greg, for subscribing. Viola wears a blue dress, says remote viewer. That could be true. Let me close some of these windows before I crash myself. Just seeing who's live this morning. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to be live this evening. Let's see. What is today? Thursday. Rat-Stacker has a game. So I'll be live 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll cover the market close together. I'll get that live here soon. So you guys can log in, chat all day. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the new channel members. Thank you for all the super chats. I really appreciate you all. I've got some really fun stuff coming up. I've got Backyard Bullion coming on the channel Monday morning. So he's going to be on the morning show. And then Bald Money Guy, we had to push it a couple weeks because he has to go on a trip. But Bald Money Guy is going to be on the channel in a couple weeks after that. So I'm going to start bringing guests on the morning and evening live stream. So thank you so much for your support. Smash the like button on the way out. And I'll say CYOTNO. Catch you on the next one. And real quick, if you've not watched it, I'm going to drop the link in chat right now. Please watch my newest video I appreciate the support. Watch now. Okay, I'm putting it in the chat right now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a crabtastic day.